Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm reading for Gemini energy right now. I'm a little bit disappointed because I've actually done Gemini and Libra's readings, but I didn't have time to do Aquarius's reading. And I did Aquarius's reading this morning, but I'm in the habit of deleting all the old videos off my phone before I start to record so that it doesn't take up too much space. And I accidentally deleted Gemini and Libra's readings off my phone, and I'm disappointed because I felt really positive about the readings. I felt like I'd read them well, they made sense, they had a story, but I think there's something air signs for you, because it came through for Aries as well this morning, of like for what did I say, Aries, this is the thing, it's like you've got this kind of like happy little accidents energy to the air sign reading. So like Aquarius this morning had this thing about God doesn't make mistakes, and yeah, you seem to have this happy little accidents energy. It's almost like when things go wrong they go right, or like don't worry about things because it's like it's the universe has a plan, something like that. So I'm kind of trying to take on the attitude of, okay, so if those videos got deleted, it's for a reason. It's because there's brand new information that the universe wants to share, and there's something different that Gemini and Libra have to know. So Gemini, I'm using some new decks. I'm using the Goddesses Among Us because I really like the illustrations by Ellie Grant. I've had this like Angels Among Us deck for a while, and yeah, I saw this new one and I was like, I want to use it. And then I'm using like the Lightseers Tarot by Chris Ann and the Modern Witch Tarot. So they have this kind of like really nice comic book illustration style. Oh, and Believe in Your Own Magic as well by Amanda Lovelace. So if you're interested in any of those, that's the decks I'm using today. I feel scattered. I don't know if it's just Gemini energy making me feel scattered. I don't know if it's because I'm a little bit nervous because I've just had some work done in the house, and it's kind of always a bit strange to have strangers in your house, even though they were lovely. Like, not a bad word to say about like the workmen that came in, but yeah, it's made me feel quite flustered. It's like, hello, nervous strangers. And again, anything that comes out in a reading can be part of the reading. So this could be something that you're experiencing. Maybe you have got new people around. It could be like new people at the office. You could have people like coming around your home for some reason, and it's just this kind of anxious it's kind of like things being out of the ordinary energy. But Gemini, I want to say you're very good at expecting the unexpected and then doing something. It's kind of like exciting to have things that are not the normal routine, so it could actually work to your advantage in a way, whatever this is. Gems, let's go. So Gemini, what energy is Gemini embodying for the month of February? What is going on for Gemini? So this is going to be your energy. Don't worry too much about like if it's a man or a woman on the card. Don't worry too much about the deity on the card. It's more about what that card is representing, right? What is that card embodying? So let's go. Geminis, Gem Rabbits, what do we have for you? They're showing me the reason why I call you Gem Rabbits is because I watched that film Jojo Rabbit, and so the kind of rhythm of it was in my head already, and then I pulled out a card. Maybe they want one of these because nothing's coming out of here. So I pulled out a card for you, and it was the rabbit card, and it kept on coming out, and so I ended up calling Gemini Gem Rabbits. Again, rabbit energy is quite nervous. It's quite flighty. What do we have for Gemini, please? Yeah, mouse in reverse. So mouse in reverse is almost saying like, don't ignore the small things. Look at the small details. If there's something gnawing away at you, if there's something nibbling away at you, pay attention to that. Pay attention to that feeling. If something feels off, pay attention to that. But it's also saying don't be nervous, don't be shy. It's not a time right now to be kind of like small and quiet and timid and hidden. It might be a time for you to kind of like step up and be a little bit louder in the month of February. So Lamb as well. Yeah, there's quite this like young, naive, shy energy. Anxiety. Just be careful that you don't manifest things. You know, like be careful about what you're speaking into existence at this time. But yeah, it's very nervous energy, Gemini. What is that? I've got a Gemini moon, so I'm like, no, I don't want this to be my energy. Like, can we transmute it? Can I send this nervous energy up to my guides, to the heavens, and transmute it into something that is more beneficial for me. So like for you as well, Gemini, I keep getting a ringing in my left ear as well. That could be something for somebody. They say that it's like left for love, right for spite. So if you have something going on with your left ear, maybe it's getting a bit hot, maybe you've got a ringing, it could be that somebody's saying nice things about you. So yeah, okay, I just need to calm down. It's like, Gemini, you are this kind of mercurial, flighty energy. I'm talking with my hands a lot as well. This is another thing about planets ruled by Mercury, especially Gemini. You're of the hands. So Gemini, please. Do we have anything for Gemini? Can I have something for Gemini, please? What energy is Gemini embodying? Gemini's. Okay, let's change tact. What's going on around Gemini? Who is Gemini dealing with in February? What energy is available for them to tap into? This is strange. Why are no cards coming out? This is really weird. Gemini. Let's go backwards. Let's go backwards. Let's get your advice card first and work backwards from there. What do we have for Gemini, please? What's the advice for Gemini for February? There we go. Lighthouse, don't doubt your worth. I am always enough. Oh my goodness, exactly. Right, don't be small. Right, don't be timid, don't be small. Know your worth. Don't doubt your worth. You are enough. So something as somebody, like a situation that's making you feel nervous. Be honest with yourself. We do ourselves a major disservice when we aren't truthful with ourselves. There's something that you know to be true, and yet you continue to ignore it. Lying to yourself may feel like the easiest thing to do, but things have changed. It's time for you to face reality, even if it makes you uncomfortable. No matter the outcome, it won't be nearly as bad as you think. That's what I was kind of saying. It's like, don't speak bad things. Don't speak bad things into existence, right? So it's not that it's saying don't acknowledge your fears, but spend a moment to be like, that is a fear. I acknowledge it. It's not going to do me any service to be anxious about it. So if that fear manifests, then I can take practical steps to deal with it. If it doesn't manifest, then I don't want to spend my time worrying about nothing. So try and be quite pragmatic about whatever this is, but you're lying to yourself about something in February. Maybe it is something to do with your own worth, your own value. Do we have anything for Gemini? There we go. Oh, I love Archangel Michael. Right, whatever it is, you're going to be fine. Right, this is like in good hands. Clarity, truth, and protection. So you've got be honest with yourself, and Archangel Michael here with that sword of truth. And again, don't worry if Archangel Michael isn't a deity that you're particularly that particularly resonates with you. It's just the embodiment of truth, right? The embodiment of clarity. Very much swords energy. And Gemini, you are ruled by swords. So think of like the Queen of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the King of Swords in the tarot, the Justice card. And this energy of like truth speaking. I love the Archangel Michael card. What's it say on his arm there? Qui, is it? Quiz, qui? Is that not who? And then Deus, 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 there we go. I did study Latin, but I'm terrible. Who is God? I may be getting that wrong. And then he has this serpent coming up his arm. So this is your energy. Archangel Michael's your energy this month. The energy of truth and clarity. And seeing things as they are and not deceiving yourself about people, a situation, yourself. Archangel Michael or Saint Michael is one of the most well-known and revered angels. His name means he who is like God. And maybe that's what it means on his arm, right? And he is mentioned in the religious texts of the Christian, Jewish, and Islamic faiths. He is referred to as a warrior, leader, and great captain. Archangel Michael is a powerful protector and the one to call on whenever you need to feel safe, protected, or you just want to muster up some courage. Again, this anxiety feeling in the mouse in reverse, it's like you need to be brave, you need to be courageous. Could need to self-protect or protect someone else. The oracle says you are stronger than you know and you have reserves of strength you haven't accessed yet. Whatever is going on in your life now, you have got this. Embody the energy of Archangel Michael by I mean, it's really nice. I've got a Gemini moon and Archangel Michael is like a specific deity that has meaning to me. So to me, that is, for that card to come out for me, if this was a personal reading for me, I would, and if I was feeling anxious and I was feeling unsure, you know, this would definitely be an energy that I would call upon and I would feel reassured and protected by. So that could be interesting if that's something you want to explore. Call on, embody the energy of Archangel Michael by being brave and courageous in your life and taking leaps of faith, taking responsibility for your own energy, what you allow in and what you send out, being clear, kind, and intentional in how you communicate, taking the next step towards discovering and living in alignment with your life's purpose. So tell me more about why Archangel Michael is here for Gemini energy, please. Gemini energy, Archangel Michael, thank you. The dagger. So obviously Archangel Michael carries the sword of truth, right, which is I always say that the dagger is more of a concealed version of the sword of truth. The sword of truth is something, swords are like a symbol of honor, a symbol of prestige, a symbol of, look at me, I have authority. Where if you think of the term cloak and dagger, it's something that's more hidden, something that's more concealed. So this is a truth that's being concealed. And it's more of a precision tool. So if you think about like the tools that a surgeon might use, they're smaller, they're more refined. So it could be really emphasizing the need to communicate clearly and precisely, and possibly covertly. I mean, I would say you are like the Seven of Swords in the tarot. I associate that with Gemini energy, which is this kind of cloak and dagger approach, a lot of the time for logical reasons. It's not necessarily bad. The dagger, Archangel Michael. I mean, it could be a truth that hurts as well. This is the thing. Like a painful truth. I feel this energy. I'm going to go Modern Witch. Tell me about the dagger and Archangel Michael, please. Thank you. 10 of Wands. There's something, this truth that you've been concealing is something about how burdened you feel, how much weight and responsibility is on your shoulders, and how long you've been carrying these burdens for. You feel like your back is breaking. You feel like this has been an uphill struggle. And you feel like you're doing it without any help. But Archangel Michael is here to say you are being protected. You are being guided at this time. Okay. What energy is around Gemini that can help at this time? What energy is... Whoa. There's a lot of help available to you. I don't know if I'm going to read all of these. There's a Targetus. This card has come out for me like 6 readings in a row. Like every time I've done a reading for myself, it's this card. Okay. Saint Lucy, clarity, faith, and sight. So you have clarity here and clarity here. Oh, charity. Charity, faith, and sight. There's different versions of sight. It doesn't always mean literal sight, like your literal eyes, right? You can have a clear seeing mind. You can perceive situations clearly through different senses. Archangel Raziel, mysteries, secrets, protected knowledge. Pachamama, responsibility, nature, and what's this one? I'm not sure what that word is. I'll bring it closer. Ahimsa. I really like, this is the thing about these decks. I think there's such beautiful depictions of like different characters, and the diversity is quite nice. And you do have characters like, this is like an older lady, which you don't see a huge amount of, like older women or women with blindness in art, in representation that often. And Morgan Le Fay, Aquarius also got this. Witchcraft, divination, magic, and power. So it feels like, I mean, these people may represent people that you know, like you may be looking at these thinking, oh gosh, I know who that is. And that's somebody that I know. Sometimes spirit, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, our own spirit guides, our own ancestors, they can work through, the physical plane. They can work through other people, whether these people are conscious of it or not. Maybe somebody who says the right thing at the right time. You may bump into somebody who's like got the exact skills that you were looking for to do some kind of job that needed doing. So it's kind of like, there is like a whole spirit team here available for you. And if you've been feeling like you've been shouldering burdens for a very long time on your own, it could be that these people are here to take some of that weight off your shoulders. So let's look at them one by one. Let's look at St. Lucy first. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm going to read the oracle message because it will be here too long if I read every single one. So St. Lucy, it is time to see the world and your place in it with greater clarity. Try to look at things differently. Consider how you can help bring blessings to others. So it could be something with, it feels like you've been playing it small, right? You've been seeing yourself as insignificant in some sort of way. Maybe not wanting to be a burden to others. And yet this is saying, see yourself clearly. So it could be that you are more important than perhaps you see yourself. St. Lucy, why is St. Lucy here for Gemini? Queen of Cups. So there's deep feelings here. There's emotional equilibrium. There's love here. Generosity of emotions, generosity of compassion and time, and the generosity of the heart. This could be somebody who's some sort of mother figure to you as well, as somebody who loves you. It may be somebody platonic, it may be romantic. It's the Queen of Cups is loving all, the embodiment of love in all its forms, right? The expression of love in all its forms. But also patience and clarity and awareness of her own emotions. It's somebody who's emotionally balanced, and it's not somebody who's gone full ice queen and closed themselves off and doesn't feel anything. It's somebody who feels everything fully, with that kind of like, if you think of like what the moon symbolizes, like as these full emotions, it's somebody who feels everything, but they know what to do with those feelings. They know how to handle those feelings. They know that there's a purpose to those feelings. And perhaps you're going to get some clarity around your own feelings. Let's read Archangel Raziel. 12. The Oracle. Not everything is ready to be revealed just yet. Have patience and trust that the answers you seek will come to you in perfect divine timing. So if you feel like you're not seeing clearly at the moment, if you feel like things are being kept from you, it's a matter of time. The universe knows when to show you things and when to keep things hidden. Because sometimes if you knew everything from the start, you may not always choose the same path. You may choose a different path, which may upset the plans, right? So Two of Cups, again, you have all this support. So you've got the Queen of Cups around you. It could be a Cancerian. Two of Cups is somebody who shares emotions equally with you. This is equal give and take on an emotional level. So this is not somebody who's going to deplete you emotionally, and they're not going to overwhelm you emotionally. This is going to be somebody who matches you well in terms of the way you feel. So this could be like a best friend. It could be somebody that you consider to be a soulmate or part of your soul family. It could be love. It doesn't have to be. It's more to do with, the good foundations. Even if it was romantic, you want to have that equal compassion, for each other. You want to have a good basis of friendship to build a strong, solid relationship on, unless, you're looking for something else, in which case, okay, whatevs. Okay, Pachamama, really nice card. 33. The Oracle, heal the world, tread lightly on the earth, take responsibility for what you put out and for your own actions. You will be provided for, so provide for the earth in return. Yeah, you feel like you have this protection around you. So again, you're feeling very, very burdened by your responsibilities here. So it's almost like this is reassurance. I don't know if this is like making you think of somebody who's perhaps is on the other side, an older member of your family perhaps, who's looking out for you on the other side. At least that's the way I like to read these cards. But yeah, it is talking about respect for nature, respect for the world, respect for, doing more good than damage, leaving a positive mark on the place. Tell me about why Pachamama's here. This is in terms of a decision. So you may be wanting to make a decision. You may be wanting to make a change. And I want to say there's support, spirit support around this change. If you're doing it from a place of having good values and like being responsible and, and I think you are, Gemini. I think you're almost, and like I say, it's like you're playing small, maybe trying to be small so as not to have a destructive impact on the world. It's like, I'm just going to stay humble. I'm going to stay in my corner. I'm going to stay in my space. I'm going to nurture my own plot. And this could be saying that spirit has a bigger role in mind for you. And then Morgan Le Fay, which is this fascinating thing about magic. And with Pachamama and Morgan Le Fay next to each other, it's kind of like earth magic. It feels like nature magic, earth magic, like when you're very in tune with nature, when you can read the signs and the symbols that nature gives you. Perhaps using herbs and herbal medicines, if that's something that's appropriate and you want to explore that and kind of look into that more. Obviously, don't do anything without medical anyone. Don't do anything, like I can't give you medical advice, I'm not medically trained, but like it could be something, an idea that you want to look into more. The health benefits of certain fruits and vegetables. It could be something like I know that for me, I do have acne, and it's medically diagnosed, like clinical acne. It's at its worst, it was horrible, like very, very sore, like not, the nodules that are under your skin, and it was painful, and I felt very ugly with it. But I know that sometimes it will flare up if I don't have enough certain things in my body, like minerals and vitamins. So last time I had a bit of a flare up, I kind of asked my guides, like, what am I missing here from my diet? What's going on? And they were showing, I heard selenium, and I was shown mushrooms. And sure enough, I googled it, and mushrooms are a great source of selenium. I hadn't ate mushrooms for a while, and I usually do, so it's like I realized that they dropped out of my diet and I was missing it, and then I started eating them and my skin kind of got a little bit better again. So it's that kind of thing. It's like we can have problems and we can solve them. This came through for somebody else as well. Sometimes we can try and solve medical issues with modern medicine, which is a brilliant thing. Literally modern medicine is a lifesaver. I don't have anything bad to say about it, but sometimes you could be trying to solve a problem topically, which could be solved at the root through changes to diet perhaps, or just looking at what you're putting in your body, or what is around you in nature. We live in a very clinical, very clean, I don't, that's kind of why I'm a bit shy about working going around, because there's knock-on problems that have, I don't want to go into that anymore. But it's like a lot of the time we live in quite a clean environment, like, because this is something that's pushed on us through advertising. People want to make money by selling cleaning products, so we've cultivated this society where, like, the idea that we have to bleach every single surface of the home, especially if you've got like a baby. If you watch those adverts that's like, bleach everything, you've got a baby, oh no, the dog's put dirty footprints, bleach it all. But science has actually shown that a little bit of exposure to dirt and germs actually helps to build the immune system, especially in like babies. So I'm not saying that you want to go out and like roll your baby in filth, but like perhaps our pursuit of cleanliness can actually damage us, because if we're using things like bleach and harsh chemicals all the time, I know this because in work we have some really strong cleaners, and like, you know, we have like health and safety training about like how to use that. It's like, don't breathe it in, you know. So if we're breathing in like these chemicals, or like we're constantly using bleach, that's very unnatural. You know, that exposure to chemicals can be really, really unhealthy for our bodies. So we really are talking about like getting the balance right, and perhaps looking at where nature can provide the answers, rather than having to use something that's topical or something that's overly harsh. So yeah, going back to that, I when I had the really bad acne, the final step for me to try and solve this really difficult problem clinically was to go on these very, very strong, I think there was some kind of like antibiotic or steroid tablets, but they were so strong that they had all these horrible side effects. Like literally they could make you depressed. You couldn't get pregnant on them because they would definitely damage the baby. So I remember sitting in the car coming back from this specialist hospital that I'd gone to and reading the side effects, and I was saying, I can't take these because it's like the medicines, you know, the medicine's worse than the illness almost. And it's one of these as well, you had to go for like checkups every 2 weeks. And I was like, do you know what, maybe I just have to accept the fact that I've got acne because I don't want to take these tablets. Like, and then like I say, like through things like natural remedies for me personally, and this is not going to be everybody's experience, but you know, eating mushrooms, and I take a lot of supplements. I take a lot of vitamins like iron, vitamin D, magnesium. Sometimes I take kind of like oil supplements because you know, especially like vitamin D, when it goes dark and I'm not out in the sunshine as much, I need that boost. So things like that, and just being aware of like what foods I'm eating and what foods trigger my acne. It's not necessarily food based, but some things, you know, do make it worse and some things do make it better, because obviously my body needs natural, you know, it needs certain things to be able to heal from the inside. And then like alcohol makes it worse. Anything that's like additives, you know, numbers makes it worse. And obviously things like stress and anxiety as well, and things like that. But then like, yeah, so things like doing yoga, like, and it's like a complementary thing. It's like it's not one thing that solved it. It's a generally healthier lifestyle. So yoga, less drinking, more fruit and vegetables and variety in my diet. I've always drank loads of water, so that's not a thing. Like it was already a thing. Um, yeah, what else as well? Green tea. So what I find, if I have an outbreak, I have, well, I drink green tea regularly, but if I get an outbreak, I'll squeeze out the green tea bag and just put it on the area, and it helps to dry it up. Yeah, and again, there's a lot of trial and error with that. But I think a lot of the time we forget as well that a lot of the things that we have in medicine actually come from plants. You know, you look at where opioids come from, you know, this comes from plants, you know, which are used as painkillers. So nature provides for us in a very, very natural way. And you know, for a while I studied, because I was studying the ancient world, Greece and Rome and Egypt a little bit, like surrounding areas. You know, the medicine that came out of that, there was a lot of kind of herbal remedies and nature-based medicine, and I think we lost a lot of this as well, because Morgan Le Fay talks about how she was originally a positive character, and then she was vilified in kind of like the medieval kind of times, when, you know, people started doing witch hunts and things like that. There was this vilification of women who basically, like Pachamama and Morgan Le Fay, were they were kind of like I guess you could call them a witch, but they were just kind of like wise women of the woods, you know, like medicine healers and things like this. Like they understood plants and the medical properties of them. and then this became vilified, and that kind of expertise was kind of gatekeeped into the medical field. So like I say, like modern medicine and medical training and medical research are amazing, right? We are so lucky to have them. You know, in terms of like childbirth, it saves lives. However, I do think there is space for natural healing and natural remedies too, and to have that kind of nuanced variety approach to uh, the things that nature gives us and what they can do to the body. And perhaps this is something that you're exploring, perhaps not. Perhaps there's somebody around you who can help you explore these ideas. Tell me more about Morgan Le Fay, please. Oh, let me read the thing for her. Did I read it? I don't know if I read it or not. Sorry, if I go off on one, if my brain kind of takes me somewhere, it's often an intuitive message. So it's like the cards get me to the intuitive message rather than, I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. It'll mean something to somebody. Embrace your power, remember your magic, and remember that you are magic. Use your magic to heal and help yourself and others. So heal yourself with your magic and with others. And there's things as well, like I saw basically in the UK, they're talking about doctors prescribing going for a walk or doctors prescribing spending time in nature. And there is an element of truth to that. I know that if I'm having a down day, if my mood is low, I can go for a walk, which is giving me exercise, and I can go for a walk in nature, listen to some music, and I always come back feeling better. It works, right? So yeah, different people need different things at different times in their lives. So I want to say it's definitely worth sticking with. I think if you've been prescribed something, again, I'm not a medical professional and I'm not diagnosing you with anything specific, but generally speaking, if you've been prescribed something, you want to give it a try, because a lot of the time medicine, I believe, takes a while to kick in and for your body to kind of like balance out in response to that. So you do have this kind of whoa period when you first start on some kind of new medication. Sometimes it's just a case of like the doctor communicating with your doctor and the doctor tweaking the amounts that they're giving you and balancing it out with maybe other things that you're prescribed to get that balance. But you know, I think you don't want to constantly be like going after fads, you know, seeing something on TikTok, doing this fad, that didn't work, try a different fad, because your body's constantly trying to respond to that. You have to give things time. But yeah, just, I don't know, like I always knew when I tried something, especially topical creams and things for my acne. You know, there was some that kind of like were like acid and they'd peel your face. And I know that my skin is so sensitive, and I knew that they wouldn't work for me, and they never did. And they were just too harsh. They'd actually aggravate it. So I don't know. It's that kind of thing. It's like trust your intuition. And then this knowledge as well. It seems like it's like knowledge of sacred healing, knowledge of earth magic, something like this. Okay, there's the magician. The magician's been floating around. Okay, this energy, so this Morgan witchy energy, which again was in Aquarius's reading too. There's this feeling of walking away, of looking for answers is what I'm hearing, of not feeling fulfilled, walking away, looking for answers, exploring alternatives. Then the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Cups in reverse is absolutely saying to me, this is not a happy person. The Nine of Swords is anxiety, it's stress, it's sleepless nights, it can actually signify actual serious mental health issues. I don't mean to be like scary, like woo, but I would say the Four of Swords tends to be, oh, I've overdone it a bit, I need to sleep it off. You know, it tends to be something that's more temporary, something that's more situation based perhaps. It's like, oh, I had a bad day, I need to recover from that. Where the Nine of Swords has a more long-term feeling to it. So it does, where there's I feel sad, you know, where Four of Swords is I feel sad, Nine of Swords is this is depression now. So it is saying to me, if you have if you or someone around you is suffering with, like, you know, very uncomfortable feelings of depression or anxiety or stress, then that is definitely something that needs to be taken seriously, and you know, you need to look for help to resolve that. That isn't a situation that you should feel like you have to be in for the long term. And then the Nine of Cups as well, this is somebody, they just can't make themselves happy. So this could be you, it could be somebody around you, but it's the Nine of Cups in the upright is it's kind of like wishes fulfilled. I'm emotionally stable, I'm emotionally secure, I don't need anyone else to make me happy, I'm not emotionally dumping on anyone. It's like I'm quite good on my own, actually. This person would be like, I've had a sad day, I know how to recover, I know how to treat myself, I know how to be kind to myself and pick my own mood back up. And this is kind of like the perfect person you want to get into a Two of Cups situation with, because they're not pulling on you, you're not, you know, it's like two people who are emotionally balanced. And again, you have this emotional balance here. So this energy is this energy, but this energy seems to be really struggling. They don't know how to find that emotional balance within in themselves. They don't know how to stabilize emotionally, and they're sat in anxiety and stress. It looks to me like this person needs help. I would say that person needs help, because I think when you get to that state, you can't perceive your own situation clearly. You could be trying to come in as a protector for this person. You could be coming in as a guardian angel for this person. But as I say, it's like, I don't know if they have a feeling like nothing's worked. Nothing's fulfilling me. Nothing's worked. I'm worried about that energy. Again, they were in Aquarius's reading, but it came through with a very different feeling. Let me get one of my cards on that energy. What is this, please? I don't know what this is. Waterfall in reverse. Yeah, this person's there's a weight of, there's an emotional weight. There's too much water, too much emotions, too many feelings, too fast. Feels like it's out of control. It feels like it's pounding down on them. Advice regarding this energy, please. Happiness. I feel like they need to be somewhere. They need to be surrounded with love. They need to be surrounded with friends. They need to be surrounded with people who care. They need to be in a harmonious environment that isn't causing them any additional stress. They need to feel safe. They need to feel loved. They need to feel secure, and they need that happiness around them. They need to feel like they're part of that. So if you can help to create this for them, or again, this could be a higher aspect of you that's recognizing that it needs help. Tell me more about this 10 of, because it's like you're so burdened. And maybe this is the thing. Maybe you're so burdened yourself. Maybe because you're trying to support this person. It's like you're picking up the slack because this person can't. Like that person cannot deal. They can't deal. They can't cope. At that point, you can't cope, right? That's like, it feels like a cry for help. But you need help. You've got the Eight of Cups as well. Four of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. Yeah, there's this guardedness, there's this self-protection, self-preservation with the Four of Pentacles. It can talk about saving money. And this is that same energy of like needing to walk away from something. You know, it's something that's, something that's not satisfying. It's not emotionally satisfying. It feels like something's missing. And you need to go out and explore your options. What time are we on? Is that my kids? Might be my kids home from school. You could be saving money so that you can explore travel in some sort of way. It feels like protection. I'm honestly not sure. Reading's complicated, Gems. Much more complicated than the first one that I did. I don't remember it being this. Don't doubt your worth. You've got the same card. Great. Endings are inevitable. I don't know if there's some kind of split between you and another person. Feels like you're both going in separate directions. Because on the one hand, you've got all these supportive connections, right? All this love, companionship, friendship, support. And here this person's... They could be in this because of something ending. Interesting, this lighthouse energy, because Aquarius had a lot of songs about being a guiding light, being a shining light. And then there's this almost like a little lighthouse here. Don't doubt your worth. I'm not sure who this is for. It could be for multiple people. It's funny that it came back out. It was on the underlying. There will always be someone in your life who doubts the amazing things that you're capable of. It is then that you must decide to be your biggest champion. Again, don't, like the mouse in reverse, right? Don't play this small. You need to be you need to speak up. You need to be precise. You need to say what needs to be said. And you need to fight your corner, it feels like. Believe wholeheartedly in your own worth, regardless of the outside opinion. Feed yourself a steady diet that speaks to self-love, self-kindness, and self-confidence. So it's talking about a diet of love, like feeding yourself a diet of love. But there could be something about what you're eating as well. All right. Let's get you a song. I'm just going to pause. My phone's charging, so I need to go and get it. Hold on. Aquarius's reading is all uploaded and processed as well, so I need to do the title, the description, the thumbnail, all that kind of stuff. It's probably going to go up before the others. Okay, what do we have? I'm still kicking at myself for accidentally deleting those other readings, but this one feels more important. You've got Teeth, 5 Seconds of Summer. Do I know the song, guys? I've liked it. Some days you're the only thing I know, the only thing that's burning when the nights grow cold. Can't look away, can't look away. Beg you to stay, beg you to stay. I wonder if somebody's begging someone to stay. Sometimes you're a stranger in my bed. Don't know if you love me or if you want me dead. Push me away, then beg me to stay. Call me in the morning to apologise. Every little lie gives me butterflies. Something in the way you're looking through my eyes. Don't know if I'm going to make it out alive. Oh, I know this. Fight so dirty, but your love so sweet. Fight so dirty, but your love so sweet. Talk so pretty, but your heart got teeth. Late night devil, put your hands on me and never ever let me go. Fight so dirty, but your love so sweet. Talk so pretty, but your heart's got teeth. Late night, yeah, it repeats. Some days you're the best thing in my life. Sometimes when I look at you, I see my wife. Then you turn into somebody I don't know and you push me away. Call me in the morning to apologise. Yeah, it repeats. Fight so dirty, but your heart's got teeth. You see, yeah, maybe then you're in a relationship with somebody, and it could be romantic, it could be a friendship. Maybe it's very Jekyll and Hyde. Maybe this person's behaviour is confusing, but it could be that there's some issues here that they need assistance with, whether that's therapy or medical, or just talking it through with friends or something. But there's some, it feels maybe self-sabotage or something as well here. So that's for them to work out, right? And why do you feel like, why don't you feel confident? Why are you getting the mouse in reverse? Don't doubt your worth. Confidence takes time, you know. Be honest with yourself. I don't know. All right, but I hope this reading is helpful to you. Maybe if anything, it's just giving you a little bit of clarity, you know, a different perspective on your own situation. You know, that's all it is really, tarot. It's just a mirror, you know, to see what comes out, try it on for size, see if it fits, see if it doesn't fit. You know, make us look at things from a different way. It's not something we should take as literal. You know, this is 100% accurate. It's definitely something that we need to be like, is there something I need to explore here with this? So, yeah, Geminis, please look after yourself. This seems like a difficult situation. My kids are back from school, so I'm going to go and give them a hug. Take care of yourselves and give yourselves a big hug as well. Bye, guys.